Asher and Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wings and broken bones, rumbling into shadow the sky go.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with our next guest who is over on the other side of the pond, so we're in like different parts of the day right now. I always love that. It's like,
yeah.
you know, and they have some badass new music. So let's welcome to the show, Jay. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, not too bad. I was going to say, what time is it for you guys over there?
It's 9 o'clock for me.
In the morning, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Nice.
You're automatically the first interview of the day.
Oh, amazing. I hope it's a good one then, yeah.
So I want to start off with the story behind your new project, Bless Your Dead, which is really not necessarily a new project. It's kind of a reinvented project.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly that. So I met Mitch, I think it was 2024, late 2024. That was when the band originally was When We Were Wolves. They got back together. We're looking for another guitarist. I put myself forward. I met Mitch. We gelled really well together. When we were writing stuff, all of our ideas kind of flowed and connected, and I would write a riff and then he would be like, oh, I can do something with this. So from then on, we did that. We did a few tours, not last year, year before. Amazing. It's kind of my first experience doing a big tour. And so I kind of got a lot out of that and really enjoyed myself. But we realized when we were writing new music, it wasn't hitting the same as what the previous songs were like. It evolved into something else, and with different lineup changes and stuff. So we kind of took a step back and just thought maybe it's time we just rebrand. New name, new sound, new members. We spent the whole of last year just Mitch has got his own kind of makeshift studio, and we've just been in that studio for the last year, just writing, getting everything we can down. Even if we don't use it, we're like, we'll just take bits from here, put it over here, put it in this song, filming music videos, and just making a plan for this year, really.
Nice. And you know what I love about it is when I first saw the promo for your new single, before I decide to do an interview, I will listen to the music, because I don't get press people that try to do interviews with artists that they don't like the music. I mean, especially in metal. Okay, you have to have passion for the music to promote it. It's not like it's pop, you know. And artists can tell too. If you have a passion for the music. So, I listened to your debut single, "Everyone's a Target," which I feel that's so appropriate for today. And you know, it was a badass song. Then I read the description in the press release. I listen to this, which is what I do. I don't want to be tainted. I want to just listen to the music and then read the press release. And I'm like, oh, I think I interviewed When We Were Wolves at a festival. and what was cool about that is, you know, when you rebrand like you're doing, the main reason you rebrand is because you are kind of going in a different direction, and you don't, not that you do this purposely, but you don't necessarily want people to only ever associate you with your beginnings, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's like if Black Sabbath never changed their name from Earth to Black Sabbath, would we have ever known about them? We would have never probably known.
That was something as well. When we were playing shows, we had a lot of the older Wolves fans attend the shows, and they would come up to us being like, "Oh, it'd be really sick if you went and played these old songs." And we were just like, when we have no intentions or plans to play the old stuff.
Right.
We chucked in a couple of old songs for the older fans, but going forward, we kind of wanted to kind of get those out of the set and just play the newer music. And I think that was one of the things that made us kind of realize it's time for something new.
I mean, it makes total sense to me. Some people, like, you know, sometimes the old school fans may not like it because that's kind of the way it is, but they'll come back. It's just, you know, when you're young and like kind of gatekeeping kind of,
yeah,
you know, it's like for me when Metallica, you know, like I was going to all their first shows ever. So when Metallica came out with the Black Album, me and my friends were like, "Fuck them, posers. We're never listening to them again." They're still one of my favorite bands, but you know, it's like, but you have to rebrand sometimes because, like you said, like people are going to want to hear the old stuff. And if you are going by the old name, you're kind of obligated to play that old stuff. You know, like just like bands that have been around for 40 years or songs they just don't want to play, but they have to. You know, type of thing.
Yeah.
But by rebranding,
it's like what you said with Metallica, like you're going to hear Enter Sandman. Like, as much as people don't like the big like core fans are kind of fed up with people saying it's the best Metallica song, Metallica will play that song live. Like
they have to.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
Like me, I'd rather them like slip in something like Metal Militia and take that out.
Yeah. They played 2 days at Download Festival a couple of years ago.
I was there covering that.
And I remember they played Orion, and I was like, "Oh my god! I never thought I would ever hear them play this." I was so happy with like the split sets because I was like, I've just heard a bunch of Metallica. I mean, I've always wanted to hear live, and then I've got all the songs I've heard them play like before. But I was like, I'm fine with this. This is great.
That is what's cool about the 2-day thing that they've been doing that for several years now, because it's almost like each day is themed to a certain Metallica, you know, with others sprinkled in, not 100%, but like kind of like one day is for the old schoolers and the other day is kind of for the new schoolers, you know, type of thing.
And that's complete. That's great. Like,
did you hear what happened at Download that year? Okay, so check this out.
Was it with the traffic and the?
No, the noise. Okay.
The noise, yeah, that was what I was just about to say. Apparently it was just so loud everyone could hear it from like miles and miles and miles out.
There were complaints like 15 miles away. Like, see,
that's great.
The old school metalhead like me, I'm like, that's fucking cool, man.
Cool.
Like, and like, there were people 15 miles away that could hear it as if they were there, because basically Metallica designed this sound system where no matter where you are at a music festival, you feel like you're at the front as far as sound goes. Yeah,
it was great. It was incredible. Like,
I think
if I didn't have Metallica, I would not be doing this. Like,
yeah, see that, and probably me neither. We would neither be. Neither of us would be here. You know,
like I owe a lot to that band.
And that's what's cool, because you know, I look at metal today and it definitely has evolved. And, you know, it's like, it's interesting because you take bands like Metallica and their inspirations, a lot of them aren't even metal, because there
No,
was
yeah,
no
yeah.
such thing, just like when
Mm.
I was a kid, you know, I was stealing my brother's albums. He was 11 years older than me, and there was stuff like the Rascals and the Association, because there wasn't like I think about it now too. I'm like, man, Helter Skelter definitely was a heavy metal song. you know,
Yeah, like I was reading Ozzy's first book, and he was talking about his influences and stuff, and I just thought, wow, yeah, like the Beatles would be your influence because
right?
there was no metal before you. Like, so hearing what other like a lot of the older bands' main influences were, it was it is interesting compared to like
Exactly.
nowadays. Yeah.
Like, could you imagine having stuff like your music now back in the 60s? I think
Oh
people
yeah,
would have
it would.
lost their mind.
Yeah, we'd be literally people running at us and with like pitchforks and Satan worshippers and stuff. Yeah.
Totally. So, but like, they like to say that metal died. I go to these festivals like Download and Hellfest and all the DWP festivals here in the States, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, I don't think so. It's bigger and
It's,
better than ever. And it's because of bands like Metallica that created something new.
yeah.
You know, you wouldn't have thought of playing music like it is today in metal back then because, it just wouldn't have made sense in your head, even though
Mm,
it did, you know?
yeah.
Like you even take I was just watching something recently, and Henry Rollins was talking about
Oh
why
yeah.
he
Yeah.
stopped doing music. And his thing was like basically once I couldn't write songs anymore, I'm not going to just play all, and be like a legacy band or my own tribute band. Like he's like it's cool if other bands do that, like they go and they just play their hits. He's like, that's just not me. I got to play
Yeah.
new music. So that
Yeah.
brings us
Yeah.
right back around to what you guys are feeling. You have new music. You want to play that new music. That's what you want representing you. And I got to tell you, it's freaking badass.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we are really really proud with how this has gone down. Really, it's um like we really wanted a song to come out and just really like just kind of like hit you in the face. And with the first line of the song is "I'm coming out swinging." Um,
Nice.
that's what we really wanted to do. It's just kind of be like, "This is us. This is our sound.
And
Take it
what
or
would
leave it.
you
This is it."
and what would you say as the artist is the difference between your sound now and the sound before?
Um, I'd say now we're a little bit more. We like we just trying to think of the word for this. Actually, it's kind of hard to like talk about your own music and like
Right.
when I'm asked. um, because we were new, we just there was nothing tied to us, so we could really just throw out this is our sound. It's a real blend of heavy down tuned music with a nice strong modern take. Because a lot of our influences, it's kind of old. We do have a lot of old school influences. Like I'm a big Lamb of God guy, um, so I'll try and get in those really twiddly fiddly stuff. Um, our other guitarist Jack, he's real into his death metal. Um, so it's the whole song has like a blend of genres.
See, I
Um,
love that about nowadays.
yeah, because
You know,
there's a certain melody in "Everyone Is a Target," which has that death metal take to it. Um, where I'm like a real like metalcore guy. Like my 5/7/8 riffs. That's my kind of favorite thing to play. We all just kind of blend it all into one kind of genre, and that is kind of what we kind of birthed, really.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
See, I love that today though, because like, back in the 80s, you were either this or you were that, and you couldn't like both, type of
Yeah.
thing.
That's why
So
like we always have, when we write music, is we write a verse that is so heavy, and then we'll come into the chorus with something like beautifully melodic. Like I'm a big Killswitch Engage fan, me and Mitch. So we really lean in on those melodic choruses. And he'll write this gorgeous vocal melody, and I'll try and complement that with a really nice kind of fiddly lead line over the chorus. And we seem to, me and Mitch, have like a nice like routine of, we know the chorus is going to be really good. Like
Nice.
we'll get the chorus will always like have that real anthemic kind of sound that we want everyone to sing along to.
And that you know what? That is what makes great music. Even it doesn't matter how heavy you are, there has to be something that gets you like where it's stuck in your head.
Yeah.
And that's the point. And the blending of genres, to me, I love that today also, because I find that a lot of bands, especially like in metalcore, use like this formula. Like there's a formula for making metal music. And you go back to the days of Metallica's beginning and the big four, they were thrash metal, but nobody set out to be thrash metal, so they didn't really sound the same, but now it's like you have these bands, if they're all on the same page, they all sound the same, whereas if you bring in other influences, that's what makes you stand out and be unique and create the new music. Like you take a band like Slayer, 2 of the band members were metalheads, 2 were punkers, and that's how you created the crossover scene. Before that, like I loved punk. I couldn't go to punk shows. I would have gotten my ass beat because I was a long hair.
Yeah. It's the same with like metal now. Like you've got like the hardcore scene where I've gone to some of those shows and I'm just like, I'm going to stand at the back because I feel safe at the back. We just love blending just all of these different genres. Like I like to write like a nice dirty mean breakdown in the song. So I kind of, when we're writing, we'll all throw our ideas together and I'm just like, let's just try this a second, and we'll all look at each other and be like, yeah, that's it.
And that's the way it should be too, because like, okay, so I used to play guitar, I sucked, but in the beginning my dad used to say to me, he'd hear me, he's like, oh, you should give that up, you suck. And what I was really just doing was I wasn't playing anything, I was just experimenting. I wanted to see what sounds I could make. And I think that's part of being an artist, is like experimenting, because otherwise you're just regurgitating what everybody else has already done. So you gotta try to do things differently. Again, going back to his Sabbath model, would we have metal today had Tony Iommi not had to change the way he played because of his accident?
Yeah.
Like
I think
it never happened.
One of the bands that do it beautifully is Bring to the Horizon. They're
they're
so
in my
good at
top
blending.
5, by the way.
Yeah. I think if you're a modern musician now and you're in a band and you've just started, I think everyone would probably say Bring to the Horizon are kind of one of their main influences. Like every album, they just smash it. They're so smart at what they do. And
Well,
Like,
I thought of them with your story because basically they didn't rebrand, but they rebranded how they were playing music, and
yeah,
people got pissed off. And
but
Ollie
look at
said
them.
in an interview, yeah, Ollie said in the interview though, he's like, why do I want to play and write the same song over and over again? And like that's so insightful of what how an artist would feel.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah,
you have
no,
to
I
grow.
like just every album they've released is just it's something different, but it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd love to just go into the mind of that band and just be like, how do you do this? What are you
Right.
doing?
And
Yeah,
and
there's
you
got to be a
know,
fly on the wall in the studio, just be like, just gonna just take notes a second.
and I consider myself lucky because I came in late to the game for Bring Me the Horizon. Okay. So, you know, because I do coverage at music festivals all over the US, UK, and Europe. And I remember they were playing a festival one year. I think it was like 15 years ago. It was right when That's the Spirit came out. Okay. So I had never heard their stuff before, weirdly enough. And because of that, I feel like I love all their music and all their transformations. Whereas if I had originally just been one of those original deathcore fans of Bring Me, I would maybe I would think the same way as they do. Like, but you know, as an artist, you have to grow, you have to change, you have to, you know, as you're getting better, you know, when you start off a lot of times with a band when you're a teenager, you don't really know what you're doing. And so you learn the craft and you want to get better and expand. You don't want to stay a teenager learning how to play your instrument.
Yeah. Yeah, I just make weird noises, if I'm honest.
I love it.
I like these really like dissonant notes and like how can I make something sound really horrible and just like unattractive?
I love it.
So we do experiment quite a lot with some weird sounds and stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, it's funny because that goes back to what I was saying when my dad was saying that I suck and all. But see, to me, that's part of what I was talking about. Being an artist, you want to just do whatever the fuck you want to see what you can come up with.
Yeah.
You know, and
just make
it's
it
about
up.
what
That's
you
what
like. It's about what you
Yeah.
like. If you make the music you like, you'll get your people that like your music. You know, if you
Yeah,
try to
absolutely.
fake it, you won't get anybody. You can't appease other people. Appease yourself, and then you'll gather your tribe for sure.
Yeah.
So what's next for 2026 for you guys?
New music, lots of new music. We're playing our first show in April, Noizzefest.
Yeah, I saw that. I have to check that out.
Yeah, it's run by an incredible bunch of people. It's just full of fantastic talent as well. So we are really humbled to be on the bill. Considering we didn't actually have a song out when they announced us for the festival, we'd started dropping the teasers for the track when we were getting like announced for the festival. So we're really hoping that when we play, people would have heard the track and wanted to check us out, like hear some more stuff about us.
Nice.
So yeah, it's exciting. We've got a few other bits lined up.
We need to get you at blood. We need to get you at Bloodstock.
I'd love to play Bloodstock. Yeah, I'd love to play Bloodstock.
Your band would fit perfectly there too.
Yeah, it's a strong lineup this year. Yeah, yeah, it's we got a lot of stuff planned. It's pretty exciting. We've spent the whole of last year planning for this year. So now everything's in like right, all gears, go. Let's like
Nice.
do this. So yeah, what's great about us as well is we've all got our own areas of work that we like to do in the band. So I'm off sorting out like potential merchandise and stuff like that, making sure everything's like up to date. So everything is coming, and with the reception we've had on this first single, it's really like made all of us really like, okay, yeah, let's do this now. Let's really put everything into it. We do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Tell everybody how they can reach out to you guys on socials, check out the new music, and speaking of merch, how they can buy your merch, because they can't listen to my show unless they buy your merch.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, so we are on all streaming platforms, so like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon. It's just Bless Your Dead. Again, with all the socials, it's Bless Your Dead on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, because yeah, we're cool. We do TikTok.
Do you have an embarrassing TikTok, one that you're embarrassed about? Like I find most people do, so you're due if you don't have one.
Mitch did make an incredible TikTok on his personal account of him buttering his crumpet. And I think that sparked a few weird ideas for him to implement on the band TikTok.
Well, there you go. That's everybody's got to follow you on TikTok to look forward to those.
I'm sure we'll do a funny dance video at some point. So everyone loves those.
right.
But yeah, we've got some really exciting stuff coming up. Yeah, we like the next couple of songs. Really, like if you liked this one, you'll love the next couple of tracks.
Nice. Well,
yeah.
I bet I will then, because I did love this one, and I think everybody else will too. Do you have any final words you want to say to people that we haven't covered already?
If you do love the track, like share it, like send it to your friends, post it online. Just let us know that you like it, because the messages we have been getting in the comments on the posts, we do appreciate every word that has been said, because we've put so much passion and love into this. It's nice to see like the hard work we have put in, because it's kind of being paid off for the love we've been getting on the track.
Love it. Well, I hope to see a lot more love for you in the future, and thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you very much for this. It's been great.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.